Hi, it's Garnet, and I'd like to talk a little bit about a subject that I think is huge in different ways. Let's call it the Tao of Neuroplasticity, Taoism. I've had a series of wonderful relationships in my life related to Taoism. I had a wonderful Qigong teacher. Geez, I don't even know how many, 30 more years ago. His name is Daniel Wong from Beijing. And I had the great good fortune to study and practice under a Korean Taoist, Kumo Park, a long time ago. I can say I had a couple of classes with Mantak Chia. I wouldn't claim to be a student of his, but again, this goes back more than 30 years. I'm living here in northern Thailand, and by chance, his Tao Garden retreat resort is only about a half an hour from here, and actually there's a neurolite there in the early stages of integration, a practitioner named Rich. One of the constant influences for me, other than numerous others, has also been a brotherly love and friendship with Ron Teagarden, and then of course eventually his wife Yan Lin. They're the founders of dragonherbs.com. That's the website. It's a US company, but also has a great deal of business activity in China. You can go to their website. It's superb. Anyway, and also in the past they've sponsored some of the Neurolite presentations in LA, Dragon Herbs. So I guess this is just to say that I have different aspects of personal influence over time. I've certainly practiced and lived different Taoist techniques. And I guess the point that I want to make, I don't really have this scripted out, but it's the idea that although the term is new and the appreciations of it, neuroplasticity, that's it, although the term and the appreciation is new, it's always existed, and different cultures and different traditions have made use of it over time. And I think without doubt Taoism is one of them. I suppose, again, this is translated out of Chinese into English, and also not just a language translation, but a cultural translation. But in Taoism, it would be, in all likelihood, termed life cultivation. I think life cultivation in the Taoist approach is the closest thing to appreciating neuroplasticity as more than a set of techniques, but actually a lifestyle, life cultivation. You know, the idea that we can influence our state of being is core to the Taoist approach, and also the way that Taoism seamlessly incorporates the principles found in nature in general, and that nature that we call being human. They see it as a seamless integration, and that has a deep and profound effect. So when you look at Taoism, one of the things that you see, of course, is that it's more than a philosophy. They have a whole host of practices, most of which we really haven't had much experience with. Broadly speaking, as far as overt neuroplastic techniques, you have the Qigong and the Negong. The Qigong are all of the practices, and there are so many of them, that involve, you know, movement, mental, and in some way the sensory experience. It's actually a brilliant neuroplastic approach. And then the Negong is less evident, because Negong is kind of internal Qigong in a way. I guess we would say more like yogic meditation practices. The Qigong and the Negong really blend completely together. And then you have this profound development of herbology in relation to life cultivation. And of course, most people will tend to think of the herbal aspect as a medicinal approach, kind of plant-based pharmaceuticals, if you know what I mean, which is accurate. But in Taoism, at a much deeper and profound level, you have the supreme approach of tonic herbology, where you're working at refining and expanding the entire mind, body, consciousness experience. And without a doubt, this works completely in the neuroplastic tradition. Right now, these days, what you're seeing are attempts to create, smart drugs, famous nootropics, the idea of taking compounds that are going to clarify mental acuity or improve mental performance. It's performance not in terms of enhancing physical processes as much as what we'll call mental. And it's a new field. There's some speculation as to the benefits and dangers for a system that has proven itself beyond those questions for centuries, if not millennia. We can go into the tonic herbology that we find in Taoism. So I guess this is meant to be a short either introduction or teaser or kind of something to provoke reflection or contemplation. But the idea is that there are many pre-existing, fully developed neuroplastic approaches that you can find. And that what we're doing now is working with new scientific understandings, new technologies. I think the future at its best is going to be a melding together of what we'll call successful or effective traditional practices and new understandings, many of them enabled by technology, by scientific research, by an appreciation of the way we are that we haven't had before. So let's look forward to kind of exploring more what we'll call the Tao of Neuroplasticity, so that neuroplasticity doesn't seem like a brand new concept. Maybe as a concept it's new, but as a reality it's as old as we are. So thanks. Bye-bye.